Oh, hello, hello everyone. It's been a long time since I've done a stream. Um, yeah. So, a friend of mine is kind of going to be, well, I wouldn't say joining in, but is going to be, told her I wanted to show her a bit about the game, and hopefully she'd want to play sometime. Get the game herself. So, yeah. There you go. So hopefully I can get her to join in. I'm just waiting because I want to show her everything from basically from the character creation onward. Yeah, so I'm going to actually give her a call, and I will just be a moment. Oh, hopefully that's her now. I'm going to find out. Not much. I'm taking that's you that. Oh, someone was feeling. I started the stream. So yeah, so I'm going to be showing character creation. You can type in any comments or questions. You know, and I can answer them vocally during the broadcast. Oh, well, you're subscribed to my channel, so remember I got you subscribed to the channel. Yeah, I clicked on the notification bell. Or you could just type in Joseph's ESO gameplay. Start typing it when you go into YouTube under the YouTube in the YouTube search. Just start typing in Joseph's ESO gameplay, and it should pop up because it was one of the more recent searches. Yeah. It'll come up in your list of searches. So yeah. All right. So I'll look. I'm gonna be looking out for you to join in here. Until then, I'm on the character selection screen, so I'll just wait for you to jump in. Okay. Yeah, it should take you to the page, and it should show that that there's a live broadcast going. Yeah, it's on YouTube. I don't broadcast on Twitch. Yeah, it's YouTube. So I'll look. So when you come on, just type a message saying I'm here, or something, and I can kind of get started. Yeah, no problem. I can wait for you. All right. So I guess I'll look out for you in the comments then. Okay. Oh, and I subscribe to your channel, by the way. Yeah, I know. It's just a playlist of your favorites mostly. Oh, that might be you now. Are you on there now? Oh, okay. So yeah, all right. Yeah. So sorry. Say that again. Oh, okay. That's definitely not me. Yeah, that's definitely not me. When you go into my the page for my channel, yeah, you'll see a, a live stream run. You'll see that there's a live stream running. Okay, so like I said, I'll look out for you to type in a comment saying that you're there. Okay? Okay, so I'll see you on here soon. Yep, yeah, bye. Okay, folks. I was just talking with my friend, and just like I said, so she's going to be jumping in shortly here. So I'm going to be starting off with like I said, just like from scratch, like I had done a couple times in the past. Yeah, and kind of giving her a tutorial, basically. Yeah, just to try and teach her some of the very bare basics of the game. So this may or may not be a long broadcast. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. Like I said, as soon as she jumps online here. Yeah, she was saying her computer's like slow, and I've seen it go. It's pretty slow. Okay. All right. So, anyways, that's my friend Shar in the comments there. I'm sure she says hello. Um, don't ask about the DB thing, folks, to anyone who watches this. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, sure, I'm on the character creation screen right now. The first page of the character creation screen. I usually... Basically, you have your choice of whether you want to develop a stamina-based character, magicka-based character. I'm gonna go with my old standby, which is I'm used to a magic base, so I'm gonna create a magic-based character. There's basically 3 alliances in this game to work with. I'm going to go with. Let me see here. I'll go with High Elf. And there's basically 6 different classes that you can choose from when you unlock these 2 features here, Warden and Necromancer. Those are features you have to purchase in the Crown Store, but that's something I can always tell you about another time. I'm going to go with my favorite, which is the Templar class. And then I'm just going to go to the next screen. Oops, that wasn't it. There we go, next screen. This is where I can set whether I want... You can actually literally go everything from overweight to really super skinny to more muscular or somewhere in between. I usually like to make it a little more muscular, so yeah. Alright. And on this next screen here is where you set things like your height, your skin color, any kind of markings, and basic, build. So I can go anywhere from dark to really light. So just take it nice and dark. There's various body markings. Some of them are obvious, some of them are not. But you can see some of these various ones here. I'm going to set one of my personal favorites. For this character, for the high elf, that's what I usually like that one. And set things. I usually go to a side view so I can see the changes here, especially with the build. After that, so waist, arms. This is how I personally like to usually set a lot of the male characters I create, and I do create mostly male characters. Nice butt. Yeah. Okay. Legs, I'll set the feet. Yep, perfect. Okay, now this next one is like the head type. Anything from a more heroic look to a softer look, more angular, or like anywhere in between. So let's take this one. Actually, I usually go with more heroic look, but this time I'm going to go for something a little more in between. And this next one is more talking. You can set certain features like make everything from younger to older, or anywhere in between. Usually go with the younger look, so I'll just keep going with that. Any kind of facial adornments, like various facial hair, and sometimes it comes up with other choices, like depending on the race or whatever, you get race or gender, you get different choices. As you can see. That handlebar mustache does not usually work well with a lot, for me, anyway. But I'm just going to go with a bit more of the general sculpted scruff. So I'm going to go back to this end. Ooh, nice earrings. I'm going to go with that look. I'm going to set like a hairstyle. So there's everything from a nice buzz look. Like there's different hairstyles. Sometimes even with like the hairstyles can change based on race and or gender. Want to look like Captain Picard? No. Sometimes I go with the cue ball look. I like that. In this case, I think I'm going to go with this look. Then hair color. I'll adjust it. Hair color for me usually depends on mood. I use just every hair color. In this case, I think I will go with a more bluish white. Head markings. I'll go with, let's say, oops. I think I'll go with that. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Now to fine-tune the facial features the way you like it. Bring down the chin, widen it a bit. This neck. For some reason I like big ears, I don't know why. Now ear rotation, I can have them come up further out like this. Well, stars and character. Oh. Yeah. Well, some people are a little more choosy. So I can so if you're in character creation in a game for like an hour or two, who cares? Increase the ear tip, so it kind of comes out a bit, but nothing too huge. Now here, now in this last screen, you can actually, when you're adjusting the voice, initially you can't hear anything, but if you're on PlayStation, you can hit the X and test the voice. Eye color? Oh. Yeah, you can choose a lot of different eye colors. But that really dark eye color does not usually work in a lot of cases for me. So I'm going to... Ooh, I'm going to go with that deep orange. This time. I don't usually, but this time I think I will. Oh yeah, you're definitely going to want to explore your options. I'm sticking right now to more of like some of my personals, but I'm kind of but in the way that I'll kind of describe like some of the choices here to you. So it's just the eyesight. I like the big eyes kind of thing. I don't usually adjust the eye height too much. You can adjust the eye squint too, from like really widen those eyes to a heavy squint, or just a more normal looking. You gotta kind of take them nice and big, but not like whoa mama. Different eyebrows. I like to make them a little more pronounced. And if you notice, sometimes when you choose different eyebrows, it totally changes. It seems to almost change the expression on their face. It's kind of weird. Oh no, those eyebrows are too bushy. Let's go with no. Hell no, I did not like that last choice. I'll go with that one for today. Raise the eyebrows a bit. You could adjust the eyebrows to the point where it almost makes it look like The Rock is doing that one raised eyebrow thing. But I normally like to keep that a little more symmetrical, like that. Give him some nice deep eyebrows though. Now nose shape, sometimes I move off to do a side profile again to kind of see how it's actually going to look. Like the high elf can get a really super crooked nose, or really curved in nose. That either one usually does not do it for me, so I like I like something that looks a little more closer to my own. I don't know why. Okay, that's a little too curved. Bring it out a bit. There you go. Adjust it so everything's in more proportion. So lower the nose. Yep, lower the nose. But make it a little... Ooh, yeah. Oh my gosh, Farrah, you're awesome. I'm gonna adjust the mouth curve. Seems like it has a bit more of a smile, a bit more of a resting, or what you said before, RBF. I'll go with a bit more of a smaller face. A nice full lip. There we go. And then the next stage is to finish it off by choosing a name. Now sometimes it can be really hard to choose a name, so if you want to think of a name to give this character, feel free. Because sometimes it takes me a while to choose a name. And I especially run through a lot of choices. Because some of the more creative ones I come up with can actually end up being taken. Ooh, third person watching. Who is our third person? Whoever you are, say hello. Let me know who you are. Okay, let me see if I can think of something here. Oh, I think I know. No, I've tried the name Vin Diesel before. It's actually taken, so I'm gonna try and sometimes if you respell it a little bit, you can find a ways around it. Or if you press this one, there's one button on the controller I can press and get special characters. But I'm gonna try not to worry about that. So. I'll try this. Try spelling it that way. Now, since you have not really seen this game being played before, I'm actually going to play the tutorial mission, even though I've done it already. It says once you do it once with your first character, you technically don't have to do it again, but I will show you the tutorial mission. Now this is the tutorial mission for Greymoor. Depending on which version of the game, which version or chapter you've upgraded to, will give you a different tutorial mission. So, like I said, this is the tutorial mission for Greymoor.
Is someone out there? I could use your assistance. I'm quite trapped in here.
Let me adjust the camera a little bit there. I'm on a guild check, so I'm gonna get off of this. There we go.
My thanks. Hear me out if you want to escape this place. You were on the cart. I saw you before those witches caught us and tossed me in this stone box. Glad you're finally awake. Apologies for my ghastly appearance. I'm not feeling my best.
The Witcher, Gerald the Witcher. Is that from an anime show or something? I'm curious. I really don't know who.
Our precise location, I can only speculate.
Now, I technically don't have to let this
Skyrim,
dialogue play out, but I'm letting you.
I was involved in my own investigation when the Ice Reach Coven Witch attacked. We can escape, but I desperately need your help first. The witches must have stashed my belongings nearby. Among them is a small flask. I can open the cell door. Once I do, I need you to retrieve that flask for me. I'll be too weak. And until I have it, you're in significant danger. I swear, I intend you no harm. If I don't get that flask back, however, my intentions won't matter. Retrieve it, and we'll break out of here together. Don't be afraid. This may be jarring, but it's a necessary part of the plan.
Yeah, so yeah, I believe we're gonna get open.
Please, Hurry and retrieve my flask.
You'll look on, there's like a compass thing up above at the top of the screen that shows me generally in what direction my next objective is. So I kind of have to follow that. I press the one button, there's actually a map here of the area, whatever area I happen to be in at the time. So I retrieve his flask. Oh, and sometimes you'll see these little, like, you know, sacks, barrels, baskets, stuff like that, things you can go into and like loot stuff out of. And I was telling you about that ESO Plus, and this where ESO Plus comes in handy. So if you're into crafting and the various kinds of crafting and stuff like that, you're gonna want all items you can get your hands on. Oh yeah, before we continue though, I'm gonna set some various options to kind of help me out here. Which I can explain to you another time. So like I'm gonna just very quickly go through these and change a few things here. Yeah, I'll explain duels another time too. Okay, so guilds will explain, but I do have to change the colors, and I can explain that because if you belong to multiple guilds and you want to keep the text chatting straight, you're gonna want to. You definitely want to be the type of person to change the color. Like you can belong up to 5 different guilds. I'm gonna adjust all my colors so that. Okay, I'm gonna keep that green. Make that more of a blue. You're gonna want to make them all different colors, and preferably not a color that for anything else. Explain what I mean about that later. What's he doing here? Make sure. Oh, okay. Okay, so now back to it. So mostly it'll just be
Did you find it?
Me playing.
Give it to me.
Me kind of like playing it out here.
Yes, that's better. Thank you. I could feel my control slipping away. Yes, that was blood. But I swear there's no cause for alarm. Not every vampire is a monster. I'm part of a group that only drinks from willing donors. We regulate the actions of less scrupulous vampires.
Oh, video game and Netflix series, okay. I gotcha.
I belong to House Ravenwatch, one of the noble houses of Rivenspire. We adhere to the teachings of our founder, Count Verandis Ravenwatch. We take no blood by force. We help those in need, and we curtail the actions of more hostile vampires. We go where we're needed. I was investigating a burial site in Bankurai when I discovered smugglers stealing ancient remains. I followed the trail, ran into the witch, and, well, you know the rest. Now, we need to get out of here. Sort of. I regained enough of my senses when they carried me in here to remember the way out. It's pretty straightforward. I'll guide the way if you defend us from anyone who blocks our path. If we work together, I'm certain we can escape. Follow closely. You never know what's wandering around in these old barrows.
Like, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time looting, actually, because I have so much stuff in my craft craft bag that the thing
I wonder why the witches are storing all these things. See if you can find a weapon. I'll grab something more suited to my skills.
So I'm just gonna pull off a lot of the bare basics, but just loot the odd thing along the way. So, a greatsword is always the first weapon you get. But I'm creating a magicka-based character, so I will eventually need a magicka-based weapon. And a greatsword is stamina-based. But I do have to deal with, when you're doing the tutorial mission, like especially in your, and in your like lower levels, you do have to kind of deal with what you get. But what I will do, because the any armor I pick up is going to be totally mismatched, so I'm going to quickly switch to a costume that I've... This is like a costume that I've, you know, pick up different costumes along the way that can give you like to change your appearance. So it'll hide the mismatched armor. So I'm going to just go with... I'm just going to go with Thieves Guild leathers. And I'm going to do it so you actually have an option to hide your helms. So you can just... But technically, even though you're wearing a helm of sorts, this hides it. I prefer to go with hide the helm. What's in that sack, actually? Oh, flour. Actually... Flour is a hard one to find sometimes, so I'm gonna actually pick that up if I ever see it.
What are you two doing out? Ergala still has need of you.
Now, during the tutorial mission, it's going to teach you about a lot of the control.
We have to get
so if you ever decide to play this game,
the only way out is
through
him. Strike him with a light attack. Hit him again. Hit him again.
You're fast, but you can't withstand this.
Don't let his heavy... Strike him while he's off balance. Get your guard up. Hit him again. Defend yourself. Strike back.
You can't block what you can't see.
Break free from that stun. Break free, my friend. Shake it off. Another heavy attack. Press your advantage with a heavy attack. Stop his attack. Interrupt that strike.
Time to end this.
Finish him off so we can escape. Smell of zombies.
Okay, now what just happened is a level up.
We should move on.
Hold the options button down, and it's giving me... You get different things for every time you level up to level 50. In which case something different happens. You get championship points after level 50, but that requires explanation at a different time. And once you get championship points with a character, they can be slipped into any other new character you have. But I'm purposely not slipping him in so you can see what it's like without it. Now, attribute points. Since I'm a magicka-based character, I want to focus most if not all of the attribute points I get to my magic. I always recommend to new players, go with the advised builds for a character. There's other skill lines that you also actually still have to worry about, but I'm not going to deal with them right. Well, I'm going to kind of show them to you with each new stream I do. So I'm just going to take them in order, just to make it simple. So there's my first trait. Puncturing strikes, which I'll show you when it happens, when it comes up, when I do use it.
More weapons. Grab anything you think might be useful.
Okay, this is where I'm supposed to grab anything I can find. Some initial armor. Trust me, you want whatever you can take, whatever you can basically grab. Grab whatever I can.
The witch's attack.
I did not mean to talk to him there quite yet. Oh, speaking of magicka based, I picked up, well, basically two of the same kind of thing there. I will show you here. So you want to start slipping in literally whatever armor you can get at this point. And I'm also, like I said, a magicka. See, here's a lot of the weapons I picked up. In this case, I want to start using get used to my destruction staff, which is, and there's 3 different kinds. There's, well, technically I think 4 different kinds, but anyways, there's usually Inferno, which is a fire-based damage. There's ice staves, and there's lightning staves for destruction staff. So right now all I have is an Inferno staff, and I usually don't like it. I prefer a lightning staff, and you will find out why. So I am gonna equip that. You have offhanded stuff here. Offhanded is when you're using dual wield is where you equip 2 one-handed melee weapons, or a one-handed melee and shield. That's what offhand is for. There's certain supplies you pick up, which I think you saw already. Now I have picked up some armor, so I'm going to equip it. So I am now I'm going. A magicka-based character gets a lot of its bonuses from light armor. So even though I have heavy armor, which offers some better readings, I'm going to start equipping certain light armor. But there are cases where I'm going to equip a piece of heavy armor and a piece of medium armor, and I'll show you that when the opportunity arises. Okay. Now I am going to want to, actually in this case, if I found a medium shoulder piece, I would have equipped it. But for right now, I'm going to just equip the heavy for this slightly better reading at the moment. In this case, heavy. A lot of this is going to change later. I don't have any new leg armor yet, but I do have light and medium. But I do want light footwear in this case. All that Forgotten Traveler stuff, Forgotten Adventure stuff, I mean, you can always destroy that because it's not worth anything once you equip something else. Like I said, the legs, I don't have anything for the legs yet, but I will eventually, soon enough. I'm just going to quickly double check to make sure I didn't miss any pieces here that I could have picked up. Nothing there. Now, did I miss anything over here? Ooh, okay, I'm not sure if I did grab any. Oh. See, there's a few pieces. I can usually like deconstruct some of the stuff afterwards. As part of like developing my crafting inventory. It'll give me some materials I can work with. I'm just gonna double check the inventory quick to make sure I didn't pick up anything I could decide I want to change into. No, I did not. Anything from that main hand? Nope. Ooh, learn. If you catch recipes and whatever, and you're gonna want to learn about crafting, you're gonna want to learn those recipes. You just hit, in this case, if you're on PlayStation, you just hit X to learn the recipes you picked up. Now you just keep going.
Giant frostbite spider. Kill it, my friend!
I have to kill a spider. So here's I'm going to show you that first skill I picked up. Now, prolonged attack with a master-based weapon will restore magic.
You go first.
With a stamina-based weapon, it'll help restore stamina. And you can eventually morph the abilities that are in your skill bar. And you'll end up getting a choice between one of two morphs every time. Okay, so when you're a new player, go for the...
We're here! We're almost to the exit.
Build.
Quick, hide. Look up on the bridge.
As you'll see, the storm's effects will be quite devastating.
As long as everything is ready for the first harvest, Organa, I will be pleased.
Very curious. Let's talk for a moment. That was Urgala. I'm not sure,
Sorry,
but I believe he's
the conversation
one of
here.
my kind.
Sure, sir.
They mentioned a devastating storm. We need to find out exactly what they have planned. My apologies, but we're going to have to postpone our escape. We'll make an investigator out of you yet. I need to figure out how those stolen remains, the Ice Reach Coven, and that vampire are connected. Let's catch up to Urgala and her guest, and see what we can find out. We should be able to catch up with Matron Urgala through here.
And if you see, I'll show you, but if you happen to come across bookshelves, you want to read the books on them, because you can pick up new crafting lines and advance your present skill lines a lot quicker. So I did say I'd occasionally pick up some stuff here. And as you can see, there is another player here. Sorry, other player, if you can hear me, I'm actually trying to describe the game to a friend of mine while I do it on a live stream here, so don't mind me. I don't know why I said that, I just did.
Witches and their servants are everywhere. We could sneak through if you wish to avoid more battles.
Oh, we could sneak through to avoid more battles, but I don't want to. Actually, I'm going to take this on a bit of a run. You can actually go on a
Should be just up ahead.
go on a full sprint,
Hurry!
or you can just do the normal. That's the normal speed. Oh, bookshelves. Here's an example. So if you come up to a bookshelf and it says to search it. You don't really have to spend your time reading it. You just flip through the pages. Not every book helps you out with skill lines, but some do. So it's like it's worth going to any bookshelf you can.
sky! What have they done? We must reach that clearing!
Okay, I have to find a way along these trails here. Sometimes if you kill an enemy and they glow yellow, take whatever you can get from them, because usually there's like gold or maybe some other item you're looking for. I mean, stuff happens like that. So I always say go for it. Yeah, I can really. For a Templar, that's one of their more powerful moves, actually. Is that
Sleep on beds, not piles of hay.
No, normally I go for just about any enemy I can get my hands on, that I can kill. So I am actually going to race through some of these really quickly. Back over here, there was another one, so I'm just going to quickly get him just for the fun of it.
We should step up patrols with the visitor presence.
Rise up! The door up ahead. Looks like the way up to the clearing. This place is thick with Coven members.
Oh, there's another
Be on your
bookstore.
guard.
Once again, I'm going to read it. Now this table here is actually is really interesting to search.
I require another focus to improve my spells.
That way you can actually investigate some food items and how they help you. So I'm just going to quickly pick up whatever I can from this table. Anything else? No? Okay. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm just gonna go check out one of those food items. So it's under your slottables. Now you have baked potato, which you picked up, which increase my max stamina. I'm not really gonna deal with that. Carrot soup for stamina, max health. Crusty bread, it deals with your max health. Roast corn stamina, and roast pig health. So crusty bread does 8/6 worth. So I'm gonna eat that crusty bread just for the heck of it. And you can see my health bar increased. And it's gonna be that way for 35 minutes.
They bear the same symbol as the ones I saw in Banquerai.
The Harrow Storm ritual is a thing of beauty, Urgala. I'll be in touch.
Kill Urgala!
You
Maybe
stay,
that will stop the storm from growing.
for soon all of Skyrim will fall! Your efforts mean nothing. The harp.
The storm! Somehow that pike is involved! Destroy it, quickly! You did it. The storm's dissipated. I wish we could have... That's true. And we stopped that storm. My investigations have led to even darker corners, but progress has been made. Here, consider this a stipend from Ravenwatch. For your valuable assistance, of course. Now let's get out of it. The Ice Reach Coven's presence in Western Skyrim concerns me. But we need to keep moving. The path down is through those doors. Outside, I'll point you towards Solitude. Go to the city and warn them. Whatever the Coven has planned, it didn't end here. Not right now. Other members of the Ravenwatch came here ahead of me. They'll be interested in the vampire we saw, and I need to get word to them. Besides, I want to follow the trail while it's fresh. So it only makes sense that you warn Solitude. We're in the hold of Hofengar in Western Skyrim. Solitude is its capital city, and the seat of High King Svargrim. If we can find any help against the Coven, it will be there. Head to Solitude and let the authorities know what happened here. The Nords don't tolerate Reachmen in their territory. Once you warn the gods, I'm sure High King Svargrim will dispatch his troops. The Coven's threat is as good as done. But just in case, I'll tell my fellow Ravenwatch what happened here. As I said, my investigation began in an ancient burial site in Banquerai. Drogokin were using similar urns, filling them with remains. Most disturbing, the ash and bones belong to a dark army that once roamed the land. The Grey Host. I have no idea. When I stumbled into this nest of Coven witches, I never expected to find a connection to the Drogokin and the burial urns. And the vampire we saw. There's something more at play than we know. We need to find out what.
Learn. Now sometimes you get more than one skill point for each level up. In this case I got 2. So it'll give me 2 new skills. Yeah, sometime I'll show you what happens when you end up getting a more full skill bar. And how sometimes you get, when you pick up a new skill and you eventually have to learn it, right? And what skills you have in your main skill bar can it's going to be different for everybody based on what you find works for you. Do I have a familiar? Oh no! Oh that well, if you're talking in terms of that vampire thing, I'll explain since it's related to the vampire thing here that you see here. You can become a vampire, or you can actually become a werewolf in this game too. Werewolves are stamina-based transformations. Vampires are very much magicka-based transformations. You don't end up having a familiar. So, excuse me. You don't end up having a familiar, so that whole thing does not actually apply, really. We are going to get out of the whole trail here. And get out of here, actually. To actually officially end the mission. Well, we did technically end the mission, but yeah.
Ah, this way, my friend.
I gotta check the feed here because I'm pretty sure all those comments came from you, but I just have to look. Apparently 15 comments. Okay. Season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm reading 8 comments. And according to my screen there, it says there was 15. Okay. Weird. Anywho. Oops. So yeah, that was your basic character's creation and tutorial mission. So Shara, if you like, I can do another stream tomorrow where I'll carry on with this character and show you a couple other things that can help with your setup. Alright, so I'm going to end the stream here, and we'll chat with you again. So if you want to come on and watch another stream tomorrow, alright, I will chat with you later then. Until then, you have yourself a good night, of course.